All right. Kill on there. Oops. It's the wrong stream. There we go. And there we have it. Perfect. Right, how is everyone doing? That should be that one, I think. Cool. That's the one we need. Good evening, everyone. How is it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully this is all set up correct. It's been a little while since I had to do the stream, but it should be all set up good, all good and correct. So let me know if you have any kind of issues listening along. Yeah, we should be all good to go. How's everyone's week been so far? Change that to that sound. And let's put in the 1 point of ascension that we've got. There we go. Now don't be shy, I can see we've got a few viewers in the chat already as it currently stands, so say hi, let me know you're here. Those. So how's everyone doing this evening? Thank you all so much for stopping by. Okay, that wasn't the idea. That wasn't the plan. Hello, Shami. Oh, well, to be able to do that, I do need a Switch for that. Or I need to be able to justify getting a Switch for it first. I mean, if it was the thing that the channel would be up for, then you know, maybe I could justify it. Oh god. I got myself into a pickle. There we go. As always, Dan. But Dan's currently busy working on a video right now, so yeah, we won't be seeing him this evening, as far as I'm aware. If he changes his mind, then all he needs to do is let me know. But what? Pretty sure I just lost all my health just in a single shot, though. Ah, well. That's actually really frustrating. That'll teach me for trying to maximise on damage for this class. Where are we? What did I put on? It was that, wasn't it? We'll go with that. So what's occurring, Sham? What's new since last saw you? Let's go to your trial. I mean, you know, things might have happened since last Saturday, you know. You never, I mean, there's a few days there. Let's get the extra farming. Nope, too early. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, well. There we go. So has everyone got their downloads sorted for Outriders at the moment? I know not much has changed, but has anyone given the Grim Inventors a go? There we go. Did they fix status power? Status power, weirdly enough, got fixed a little while back. The nerf that happened to status power was unfortunately because status power was a bit too full on. So as it currently stands, they've got it in the place they wanted it to be initially. So I don't think there is anything in mind to be able to change that as it currently stands. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to grin and bear it for that one. But, who knows? Maybe down the line we'll get something, because as we kind of like discussed on the Full Measures stream, or his podcast, was it yesterday? God, it really has been a long day, hasn't it? As we discussed with himself over on there, that when it came to like vanilla, we had the patch that was so many months down the line, which was buffing everything up. I feel like potentially we could see something like that happen, and if that did, then you know it'll make things a lot more consistent. So just definitely something to keep in mind. I think we might be due some kind of buffs at some point. Things like crit stack are just pointless as it currently stands in the game, so hopefully, fingers crossed. The more we need for build diversity in this game, eh? Nah. So Anthony, what kind of build are you rocking at the moment? Since asking about status power, you gone down the pyro route? Have you gone down the techno route? What kind of build have you currently got right now? Okay. Kind of listening to this. Out there. Oh god. Okay, apparently there's one reach. There we go. Makes sense. So here's a question for the viewers right now. Then, so is there a build in this game right now that you would like to see become more meta relevant, that becomes a little bit better through like a patch, through some like small mod buffs or something like that? Maybe it's a set bonus. Is there something that you want that you haven't really been able to try out because it just doesn't really do it for you right now, that you want to see in the future get a nice buff? There we go. Yeah, Spindrift there. Just what everyone wanted the fix to Apox 11. Yeah. To be fair, I'm a little bit gutted. Like, I understand why it's been done. Like, I definitely get it, but it's also not the right thing to just kind of, I don't know, just fix that and not have another alternative motive. Like, people did that for a reason, because of how long it was taking to grind. It's not like they were just doing it because of like a specific reason, just because they can, kind of thing, I suppose. But you know, that's, people wanted the grind to be done, and that was the easiest, most efficient way to be able to get it done. And now it's been taken away, and there's no alternative now. You just kind of have to grin and bear it. And people didn't like it in the first place. So, I don't know. Just, I don't think it's a great call, but we'll see what happens, you know. Time will tell. But I was kind of expecting a little bit more from the patch, to be honest with you. Like, I understand it's fixed, like, Grim Inventors. I understand it's fixed the Ascension points that wasn't being given if you took, like, a character that was pre-WorldSlayer and all that kind of thing. So, you know, that's justified. That was supposed to get done. But yeah, to not give people another option now, but to carry on. Just, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it. I just don't think it's a great call. But it's not my game. It's their game at the end of the day. We'll see. Spindrift moving to Destiny. Sadly, the grind is too much. I mean, it was always going to happen with this kind of game, wasn't it? I mean, it's not live service, you know, it's always going to have one of those shelf lives where people will move on, and that's perfectly acceptable, it's perfectly fine, we shouldn't feel guilty for doing that or anything like that. So, you know, it's always available to you in case you want to come back to it and visit it another day. Just have some time away from it, so, yeah, just... I can't bring myself to go to Destiny, to be honest with you. I can't wrap my head around Destiny. I've been out of it too much. So, I mean, the multiplayer is kind of fun, but yeah, outside of that, yeah, it's not really necessarily for me. But hey ho. But hope you have a nice time. Shawnee F says they should have fixed APOC leveling up. Never mind the glitch. I completely agree with you. It's like they should have done both at the same time. They should have got rid of the exploit. Because, let's be honest, it's unintended, it shouldn't be in the game. They should have got rid of that, but they should have also appreciated the fact that people were doing that to be able to get around the stupidly long grind, and that it is still a stupidly long grind. Like, I've been playing this since WorldSlayer dropped. That's 2 months ago, and I still haven't got one single character to level 40. Now, granted, you know, I did swap over from my Techno to Devastator to be able to start doing some builds and start leveling them up and all that, but even so, I should, you know, considering how many hours I've put into that Techno, I feel like I should be level 40 by now. But that's just my opinion, I suppose. Oh, I just dodged my... That was a nice one. $152 mil. I'm happy with that. Kill. Oh, and Tim, Grim Inventor Fix is welcome for me since I run it on one of my Techno builds. That's a great call. I mean, I would honestly love to play the Grim Inventors a little bit more. It just feels like it doesn't have enough. And especially when it got that bug. Where it just did the one refill and that was it. Yeah, it just kind of was a write-off for me. I just keep going back and forth whether it's worth it to have that set bonus or whether it's, you know, it's better to use Quartermaster and Fixian Wave, or whether it's better to go the turrets route and go Lead Seeker, sorry, excuse me, and go that way. I just, you know, there's so many different ways that it just kind of nullifies the point of what it's supposed to do, and I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It's one of those where you just look at it and go, I just want you to do something, and you won't do anything. But if it's working for you, then I'm very happy for you, and yeah, that's... I mean, every single set bonus should have a place in this game, let's be honest, so... Oh, I was thinking torrential. After all that. Not terrible, but not best. Yeah, definitely get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Cool. Yeah, I'm sure enough, yeah, I'm starting to get to the point of being a little bit drained. Now, to be fair, I am mixing it up. Like, if I was still playing my techno right now, and I was just trying to get to level 40, I would just be so fed up right now. I'd just be bored out of my skull, bored out of my mind, because it is literally just the same thing over and over again. As I've said to like people over on the official Outriders, that it will get boring if you decide to just use the same build through every single level, and you just basically play the thing over and over again, and it gets stale. But the advantage of being a content creator like ourselves is that we get to test out all the different builds, because it makes sense for us to be able to put videos out for that. But doing that refreshes how the game actually feels. Like it stops getting stale because of we get rid of that staleness from playing something else. So that's what I'd recommend to people. Like, if you ever find that you're getting a bit bored, just swap it up, just mix it up, just try out a new build that you've not tried before. So you've got a set bonus that you've never really thought about using before now, or anything like that, and just give it a go, and just have a bit of a blast. Just try and get it to work, because that's what I do, and that's what keeps it so fresh for me. That's why this build is so refreshing for me right now. It's because it's so different from everything that I've just been playing, and it's and as soon as this gets a bit dull, then I'll probably swap back to maybe like the techno, or maybe I'll go to like a seismic, an omnipower, kind of maybe even Bannerlord, give that a go. So yeah, so the fun is kind of up to us to be able to decide. Oh wow, that was quick. So it's little things, and so not everyone gets it. Everyone has their one build and they want to stick with it, and I get that. That's fair enough. But I would encourage you, with how many, especially with Technomancer. Technomancer has so many builds right now that are viable. But I would encourage you to be able to go out there and just not stick with one build, just to be able to enjoy. Just have a bit of a blast, have a bit of play around, and just try something else. And you'll find some fun in that, because it almost takes you back to like the campaign when you first start out. And just go from there, really. I mean, you could tell me to piss off, to be completely honest with you. That's fair enough as well. But I enjoy it for that reason, so... oh, sorry, Spindrift, I completely missed your comment there. I put your Trigger Twitch build together. Still trying to get used to it. Yes, it does take a little bit of getting used to, because it is very different from most builds. But Trigger Twitch Devastator is just so much fun for me right now. I'm genuinely loving it. Hey there, Matthias, how's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you're well. How's your week been? Yeah, I would highly recommend to people that like firepower builds. I would highly recommend picking up a Trigger Twitch Devastator. It doesn't work quite as well on Techno. I have tried to get it to work, but some of the mods do transfer over, and revolvers seem to be a little bit better on Technomancer for that reason. But you're still better off going with Borealis in that sense. so there's no reason to ever really use the trig twitch set. Sean, yeah, you're right. What annoys me is probably the last 100 times I got to the end and no decent gear at all. I mean, it's bad enough grinding, but getting nothing for it at the end. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, no, when we because we had access to the beta, and the beta grind there, when we had, so we had the exact same farming method. We got to the end, you were able to back out to the lobby, you were able to go back in. And do all that good stuff, so you were able to consistently farm, and the drops felt so consistent. And we were much lower levels than this. I don't think I got further than 27 or 28 in the beta, and the drops just felt so much better. You were able. I was picking up like 6, 7 legendaries up at a time, but I think because they realised we were able to get to that location and just consistently, just like keep going. Oh, I'll just back out to the lobby kind of thing. I feel like they've tried to compensate for that with the drops. I feel like that's what they've done. So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's not as bad as certain Borderlands drops, I suppose. So, you know, it could always be worse. Count our blessings for the time being. Get out of there. Oh no. There we go. Nope. Too much. Go. Quick check of the minimap just to make sure I'm not being. Oop. I also swear they've made those red circles harder to dodge as well. Let's get through there. As soon as I get through to the next Ocreal phase, I swear I'll pay attention to the chat. Ah, of course you heal. Great, now we've got miniguns. Whoop. Fun fact, it's great that you can't shoot through that. So we can't shoot through the shield of Okriol, and neither can they. It's great. But if anyone's really noticed that or paid attention, I've only just recently noticed, to be fair. Okay, now we have a slight problem, because now I can't get away from the minigun guy. There we go. Right, let's have a look. So, shortly after you get to chat to the devs, do you think they will improve the apocalypse rate? I mean, we get to speak to them a little bit. I mean, it's not like... As ambassadors, we don't. It's more of a... I kind of... You know, you'll catch me a lot over on the Outriders Discord, like just speaking with players, and every now and then one of the devs will pop in. Most notably PCF Arcs, absolutely great guy. We'll have a laugh with you. He'll have a meme with you as well, just because. But he's absolutely sound, and but yeah. So we get to speak to him. But he's the what was it now? That's actually a really nice role. Yeah, let's get rid of that. What is he now? He's the combat balance something or other. He's going to probably crucify me if he ever watches this back and sees me getting his job title wrong. But yeah, like combat balance person of importance. We'll go with that. And so yeah, well, I have spoken with one of the level designers before. We were trying to see if there was any kind of like Easter eggs to be able to expect when it comes to the DLC for WorldSlayer, and unfortunately it was a no. So which is a bit of a shame. We were looking forward to something like New Horizons kind of level, so kind of like with City of Nomads, and I was expecting something like that to go into Trials, but unfortunately it just never really came to fruition. They just focused on other things, which is fair enough. I get it. You know, it's a nice to have. It's not a necessity. And so yeah, we get to speak to him a little bit. So we get to know the ins and outs. But there's still a lot of stuff that's kept hush hush. You know, NDAs, inside games companies, and all that kind of jazz. So I mean, if there's anything you ever really want to like specifically ask, let us know. If there's anything you want to be able to find out yourself in terms of like combat balance and all that, I would highly recommend that you get yourself over to the Outriders Discord. And PCF Arcs and a couple of others I've seen that are just every now and then they'll monitor the chat just to see if there's anything that they can offer their input in. So they're really friendly, and yeah, I highly recommend if you're interested in that kind of side of things, then yeah, head yourself over there. See if who knows, maybe we'll get the apocalypse rate. Unfortunately, the in terms of like drops, in terms of like economy in the game and all that, Arcs doesn't control anything like that, so he won't be able to answer any of your questions on that one. Mainly because I've seen plenty of people try and ask, and it didn't go well. So mainly because it is outside of his, you know, it's outside of his role. You know, it's like you don't ask a janitor like the financials for the year or anything like that. It's kind of like that in a way. But yeah, they're all pretty much approachable. So yeah, if you really want to be able to get that, I can find you a link to be able to get yourself into the Discord if you're not already over there. And yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to. I'm sure they'll be happy to be able to speak with you and all that, answer those questions. letting you do there. Did he honestly get away from that? Oh god. Oh, that's a bad news. That is bad news. Yeah, that is bad news. I think I might have just about got out of that. 4Z Gamers X. Developers, I think, must make more content for WorldSlayer in the base game. I think it's because it's boring like that. Do you know if they will make more in the future? Unfortunately, at this moment in time, everything is really hush-hush. We do know that PCF have got other projects in the works at the moment that are outside of Outriders. It's not really secret. I believe they've already kind of like announced... while they haven't announced like what the type of games are, we have been made aware of like the names of the projects and all that kind of thing. So we do know they are working on other things. So it's not going to be a case that Outriders are going to be kind of like... Well, I mean, it could be supported for a long time, but it was always built in mind to be a one and done. There was never any kind of talk about... Sorry, excuse me. There was never any talk about DLC or anything like that when the game was first announced or when the game first dropped. And, you know, I consider ourselves lucky that we've got what we did. You know, New Horizons was an absolutely fantastic free update. We're still getting patches to this day. They're still looking at better like combat balance and all that kind of thing. So they're still taking into consideration what's strong in the community, what's weak in the community, how they can buff all that kind of stuff up. So it is still being looked at, and we are potentially going to still be seeing patches for a little while now. But in terms of new content, it's a difficult one, because as much as I would love to be able to consistently say, yeah, every single 6 months I want something brand new for Outriders, I've got to realistically understand that there was no roadmap for that. They still aren't turning it into a live service kind of model, and it's just going to stay as it is. So, you know, if they take that into consideration for Outriders 2, who knows? You know, maybe maybe they'll change their tactics up for number 2, seeing as how popular it kind of could get. But, you know, as it currently stands for this title, for this specific Outriders, it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. As much as I would want it to be otherwise. 176 mil. There we go. Lords of the Fallen 2 trailer? I will be completely honest, I will hold my hands up and I will say that I haven't played the first one. I know of it, and no, it's not really going to be better. I will take that though. But I know it was a decent game, so, you know, I might actually check out that trailer. I mean, while I've got people in the chat right now, I mean, I'm open to suggestions, but due to Gamescom being live right now, is there any kind of games that have caught your eye? Is there anything that's made you want to go, do you know what, yeah, I'd love to see more content on that, or I'll be picking that straight up, or anything like that? Like, for example, the first Ascendant is pretty much an instant lock right away for us, even more so for the fact it's free to play. You know, there's a few other kind of things, like Liza P looks really interesting to me, and I don't know why. Because I can't figure out... it looks very kind of like Dark Souls, kind of Devil May Cry kind of side of things. Which, I love the Devil May Cry games, but I absolutely suck when it comes to Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, or anything. I struggle to find the patience for it. But Liza P looks really, really interesting. So, so is there anything in the chat that anyone's seen that they want to be able to? They would love to be able to see a little bit more about. Let me just grab the last of these drops. What's that? Still water toxic. Not really the play I was going for there. So we'll get rid of that. Pips? Sure. Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, let me grab a code. I mean, if there's anyone else that wants to take the other slot up, then by all means. Let me drop that there, and then I'll pin that to the channel. There we go. Sound. So yeah, yeah, not a problem, Pips. So yeah, is there anything else that's caught people's fancy or anything like that? I'm trying to think what else was shown. Callisto Protocol was kind of interesting as well. Dead Island 2 is looking really good right now. Yeah, I'm all good, thanks, Liquid Logic. How about yourself? Thanks so much for stopping by. Oh, Evil West. I got you. What's with all the different names? I'm never going to remember all these. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why Liza P has got to do with Pinocchio. Like, I read it once and I still don't believe what I read. So, does anyone know anything more about that? Because I can't figure out for the life of me why, from what I've seen, what because there's like swords, there's gears, there's metal arms, if I remember right. There's like, I just can't figure it out. It looks like a Brothers Grimm kind of thing. US. High on Life. High on Life is the shooter that's kind of like a Rick and Morty kind of thing, isn't it? I've seen the boss level of that, and I don't know what to make of it. Like, I feel like I would get really frustrated. Not frustrated, but just kind of like fed up with it after so long. I don't know. I'd have to see a little bit more before I make that decision. Return my squad. Like, I'm going to keep my eyes on it, but I just don't know what to make of it. I really don't. Tabby and PG, do you think the update today was enough to save the game? I mean, I'm still playing. No, I'm joking. It's just a. It's just something to fix a couple of things that needed to be done, isn't it? It wasn't going to ever be one that brought people back or anything like that. So yeah, hopefully we'll see something a little bit more. Hopefully we'll see some more balancing in the future. We'll get some mods that are a little bit more beefy. Hopefully soon. Fuzzy, problem is when you need to max the level out, you need to play like 1,000 trials and some expedition. That's it. You could get bored in the second trial. Yeah, I get that. You know, it's like I said on the podcast yesterday with the Full Measure, that it's a specific mindset to enjoy this kind of grind. Like, you know, not everyone enjoys farming the same enemy over and over again to try and get a specific drop. And what I mean by that is, like, is there any Borderlands 2 fans in the chat right now? I always compare it straight back to that. Is the fact that when I was playing that and I was a Gunzerker, I wanted to be able to find the perfect double penetrating unkempt Herald, to be able to finish off my build, to be able to do some of the raid bosses, all that kind of good stuff. You know, I farmed the Handsome Sorcerer to be able to try and get, and all the chests leading up to it to be able to try and get a 4x magic missile. I was trying to get the class mod that was perfect with like money shot and all that kind of good stuff. And, you know, I dedicated hours into that specific farm, not progressing the story or anything like that afterwards. I wasn't playing with any other people or anything like that. I was trying to maximise my time farming. And I did that for hours. And I understand that's not everyone's kind of cup of tea. Which is fair enough, you know. It's kind of a specific thing to enjoy, I suppose. 11 mils. 221 mil! Way! that's a record. Maxwell's Demon. That's an interesting one to go for. I actually will go for that. I do want to try Maxwell's Set Out at some point. I think that's a nice roll to get. Yeah, you don't want the helmet. Helmet for Death Proof sucks. Go to that. Go to that. Right, cool. So yeah, so you know, I'm kind of you know, that's my methodology. I enjoy farming on Borderlands games without like any kind of like real progression or anything like that. I like getting to, you know, the max level at that moment in time. Obviously, mayhem levels and overpowered levels and all that kind of thing are different, but you know, for that time, I want to be able to get the best gear I can for that, and then I will dedicate so much of my time to be able to go do that, like through targeted farming. So, but not everyone's like that. Not everyone's the same or anything like that. So, you know, I completely get it when people tell me this is too much of a grind, and eventually I'll get there as well. You know, that's, you know, give it a chance. Eventually, I will say the exact same thing. But for now, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying messing about with different builds. I'm enjoying farming to be able to mess about with things that weren't meta before, but are now so much more playable and so much more enjoyable. Like Trigger Twitch in beta at the start of WorldSlayer and all that kind of stuff sucked ass. It genuinely sucked. It was awful, and now it's in a really nice place, but not for every single class. And it's nice being able to test different classes out to find the best one to be able to get that done. Right, so where we go to Roshan, you play as Pinocchio and he's still part of Puppet, so he gets attached. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, in that case, I need to read more about this. I might pick it up. If it's more along the Devil May Cry difficulty, I'll pick it up. If it's more along Bloodborne, where I die after 2 hits, I may say no. Or maybe I'll torture myself on stream. Who knows? We'll figure that one out. Lords of Fallen 1, a great atmosphere, colours and had sexy moves. For the day now, other games have caught up and have better engines. Fair enough. I really wish I could comment. I feel like I've seen it on sale before, and I went to go buy it at some point, and I just never went any further. But I'm happy to work my way through older games, you know. And it took me a few years to be able to get into BioShock, so, and now BioShock is like easily top 3 favourite game series of all time. So maybe that's me. What else we got? Lead devs explain the Pinocchio thing in Gamescom at Xbox livestream. Interesting take if you take all Pinocchio did as Dark in the World. Ah. I see. Ah, jeez. Yeah, you caught me off guard with that one, didn't you? I don't even know what to say anymore. Well, I appreciate the free loot, I suppose. So I feel that's the only thing I can say to that. Oh well. Well that certainly happened. I don't understand the disconnection, to be honest with you, Pips. That definitely wasn't me, unless there's something. I mean, to be fair, Pips, I'm trying to do it legitimately at the moment. I'm not looking to get like boosted all the way up to like 80-40 or anything like that. You know, it's just a personal thing. I enjoy just doing the grind. You know, I want to. You know, it's kind of like a what's the thing? It's kind of like an integrity thing to myself to say, do you know what? I've done this myself. I've got that to level 40. So yeah, I just was not expecting that. You've caught me off guard. I'll leave the code up. You know, I'm not gonna change it or anything like that, but it's just I don't know. Players, eh? I mean, you know, I get the appeal of one shot in the boss, but I love seeing the damage numbers pop up when I do trigger twitch. I like seeing that big, massive, like 200 mil that we've just done on stream. You know, I like knowing that I've put the effort in and tried to figure out how to maximize on that damage potential. You know, that's just me. You know, everyone's got their own thing. So. There we go. It takes a few when you play co-op, it seems, but that's fine. At least we do it before the axe phase. Did we get anything nice? I mean, the Marshal's gone. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Go on, we'll take those for now. Even though my gloves are already pretty much full in my inventory right now. Oh, cool. And that was the last attempt. Cool. Right, let's get back. Right, so have a quick look into the chat. So we've got Matthias as a first week Destiny 1, day 1, Destiny 2, 7 years total. Boring or hard grind can be fun together with friends, fooling around and grinding at the same time. Winky face. I get it. It's yeah, I get it. I just to be fair, I'm a sticker when it comes to Borderlands. I can't be done with farming with friends. Cannot be done with it, and the reason why is because it takes so long to be able to, you know, to wait to be able to get back to the main menu, to be able to reboot it back up, because that's the only way to be able to reset the enemy, and you've got all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, when it comes down to that, no, I can't be bothered. It's so much easier, it's so much quicker to be able to do it properly, and. Now, it's better for the damage. Can I get rid of that? Yeah, I can get rid of that. That's great. So yeah, I'm all about efficiency when it comes to that. You know, you get out of my way. I'm you know, I want the item that I want. And right, let's get rid of some of these gloves. So. There we go. Cool. I mean, we're at 3 now. I'm happy to go on in this. Let's go again. Old Man Tim, Minigun Techno. I get to see all the numbers. Minigun it's just pure number spam on the screen. I don't know how anyone can figure out what a single bullet does when it comes to minigun. It's just becomes like a ball of white text just above the name. It's all right. Well, I'll tell you what then. I'm going to ask a question never asked before. You don't have to say Outriders. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to twist your arm or anything like that. But if you were to, what is your favourite game franchise? What's like? Is it like Mass Effect? Is it? I mean, it could be Outriders. I'm not going to tell you no. I'm not going to tell you no to Outriders. But is it Mass Effect? Is it BioShock? It could be FIFA for all I care. It could be anything. Just so, what's your favourite? Kind of like franchise of games. Like I'd be hard pressed to be able to say BioShock doesn't come close or take the top spot. Like the whole series is just an absolute blast to be able to play through. Great story. It's. Oh god. What happened there? There we go. Silent Hill, COD, Zelda. Oh, we got some good guesses in here. Or I say guesses, like suggestions, I suppose. I was going to say it's not a question. How can it be a guess? Oh, what's your favourite game? Oh, it's close, but it's not right. You can't have that one. There we go. See, I like the COD suggestion because, well, I say I like it. I mean, I enjoy the Call of Duty multiplayer side of things. I enjoyed Warzone when it was first out. I don't play it anymore. I got bored with it. I moved on. It's I know Dan still plays it a little bit, but the stories were always pretty good. But I was always a Medal of Honor fan over Call of Duty, and I was gutted when Medal of Honor Warfighter was it kind of tanked, and I was really gutted because I was like a massive fan, and I stood by saying that Medal of Honor was always better and all that kind of thing. And it, looking back, maybe I was a little bit, maybe I was wrong in that sense. But I still think the story in Medal of Honor, like the first reboot that it had when Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare first came out, it was around that time. That Medal of Honor story is probably one of the few campaigns that at the end I almost cried, because it is just genuinely that heartfelt, and I don't know why. Looking back, I mean, I've watched clips of it back, and I still get a little bit caught up and all that kind of thing. But just watching that end scene back, it just doesn't really hit the same. And I was like, I mean, it's still good, but then maybe it's the whole journey of playing through the story. But knowing it's a true story as well, probably hit me harder as well. So. I like this too. I think we've got some nice chemistry. Yeah. And one day I will finish and get all of the what's it called? The challenges to be able to get my plumbing throne. Because I still haven't done it. Trash, 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 trash. Good times. That is all trash. Yeah. I think there's a good way to farm XP by going to expeditions, go either storm and activate all the obelisks and return to where you spawn. There's an ammo box and enjoy killings. I have heard that, to be fair. Like, I've heard some like ridiculous, like, long times just activating the obelisks and just going at it. It's, like, but then how long are you supposed to stay there for? Like, you I don't know if I could do that. Like, I mean, I get it's basically like a horde mode, except for they don't get any stronger until you do all the obelisks and then fight Yagak, but I don't know. And I swear, Yagak has become so much of a pushover since WorldSlayer dropped. Like, it used to be an expedition. When I looked at like solo, I was like, nah, not doing that. Are you mad? And now it's a case of, oh Yagak, oh yeah, well, that guy, yeah, that's easy enough. It's, there we go. Liquid, it was good to see you and Dan back with TFM. I tell you what, we are massive fans of Mr. Measure. Such a good chap. I mean, on the off chance that none of it, like, there's some of you that aren't subscribed to the Full Measure, I highly recommend that you do go over there and go check him out. But I'm hoping that we will be doing a bit more with him. You know, just in the coming months, days, whatever. We'll get a few more things together. But yeah, it's absolutely sound guy. I'm so glad we found him. We just came across him, and actually I don't even know how we did that. How did we do that? I wonder if it was Dan that said it. I probably would explain why I can't remember. It just feels that long ago. But yes, definitely keep an eye out for more things to be coming from us and Mr. Measure, and potentially all at the same time. But we'll see. You know, that's nothing immediate's going to be happening anyway. So you know, we'll have those conversations. Matthias, Mass Effect is a great call. I don't know who has or who hasn't heard the story, but if you have, then you're gonna have to apologize. I'm gonna have to apologize that you're gonna have to hear it again. But like the like I didn't play the first one. I didn't have an Xbox. I didn't have a PC at the time. I only had a PlayStation 3, and it got announced that Mass Effect 2 was coming to PlayStation 3. And it was an instant 10 out of 10 from IGN or PC Gamer or whatever it was, something like that, or PlayStation or whatever. It was some kind of magazine. And I went, oh, okay. Oh, it must be a good game then if that's the case. And I sought to be able to pick up a copy. So I did, relatively new from when it first came out and all that kind of thing. And I just fell in love with it. Absolutely loved the whole thing from start to finish. So I dedicated myself. There's only certain games that I went out to be able to get the Platinum Trophy, to be able to do like all the achievements, and Mass Effect 2 was one of them. And yeah, I went through the game. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I should have seen that coming as well. I was lulled into a false sense of security. Oh, jeez. How am I supposed to get some nice numbers now? You've ruined the story as well. I almost. Anyway, we'll carry on from that. So, oh jeez. So yeah, so carrying on the story. I went. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set myself out. I'm gonna do the. Gonna get the platinum. I'm gonna do the hardest difficulty. I'm gonna run through it all. I'm gonna make sure I get this trophy. I'm dedicated. And as soon as I'm dedicated for a platinum, I normally do get them, unless it bugs out like Medal of Honor. But that's a separate thing. So I went through the whole story on Mass Effect 2 on hardest difficulty, completed it, and I went, you know what, I'm never touching that ever again, that difficulty, because that was just insanely, stupidly hard, and I had such a miserable time, especially on those latest levels. But I was so satisfied. Yeah, I was so satisfied getting to the end and getting that trophy. And then I tried doing it again for Mass Effect 3, stupidly enough, and I had to complete it 7 times. 6 or 7 times, it's one of the two. To try and get the platinum trophy of completing all the levels in veteran mode, and it wasn't until like the sixth time that I checked online, and it turns out that the very starting area, you're not allowed to move. You have to press start, change difficulty to veteran, and start it from there. If you move, it causes an issue. It makes you think that you've started on normal and all that kind of thing. Mark, I think I'm going to assume that it's Supply Suet, or Suet, however you want to pronounce it, has got some kind of modded weapons in that sense. So yes, they've got the one shot on that. So oh, I'm using the wrong gun. That explains a lot. But if anyone else wants to be able to pop into the lobby instead, I can definitely sort out a new code. You know, we know how it normally is. We normally work our way around the community. We don't normally stick with the same people. So if you're interested in popping in, then just shout up and we can definitely sort something out. Ow. The worst part about that was I was actually gearing myself up ready to be able to take on Ocarina. I was really looking forward then. Ow. There we go. But yeah, don't be afraid. If anyone else wants to be able to pop in, just say so, and we can definitely make some space, and we can definitely get a few runs in. Take a boost? Yeah, Jez, of course. Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know Jez, Jez is a moderator over on our Discord. If you don't already know, if you're not part of our Discord, make sure you do click the link. I believe the bot is taking care of that, so make sure you click that link and get yourself in over there. But yeah, so I'm sure Jez we'll finish off these runs with Pips, because Pips was in first, and yeah. We'll swap you out and we'll get you in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Robert, yeah, I'm sure we can sort that as well. Yeah, we can swap out dollars as well. Yeah, fools it. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Ah, jeez. Yeah, let's just clear these up and we'll sort out the invites. We'll keep that. That's some nice gloves. We'll are those? Nah. Oh. Well, thanks for stopping by then, Pips, and thanks for the runs, I believe. But you in that one shot, honestly. In that case, Jez, if you're free, we can definitely facilitate getting you in right now if you. Tell you what, we'll boot it back up. We'll get to the arbiter bit, and then we'll drop that code then. Unpin. Let's, in fact, I think I can do it from here, can't I? So, I play with friends, generate code. There you are, Jez. Let's get you in. Sorry, just seeing things going on around the around the and someone sharing our player ammo announcement. So we are officially sponsored by Player Ammo, as you can see in the bottom right of the corner. Player Ammo it deals with like gaming energy supplements, all that kind of thing. So similar to like an energy powder that you will find in mixers. So if you do find yourself over there and you are interested, we do have a discount code, which is code BABBLE. So if you head over there, use our code, save yourself a little bit of money, and it makes us look good in the long run as well. Daddy Jez. Oh, gee. Oh, Jez, where did you get that name from? Daddy Jez. Because I mean I get that you might be a dad. I get that. It's just But when you play online, usually that has like a different meaning. Oh, jeez. This evening has been full of surprises, I'll tell you that. Also, who's your daddy? I mean, are you asking me? I feel. Are you expecting me to answer that? I just wanna make sure. Like, I've got the message. Whoop. Yep, still got it. There we go. What we got? I mean, it's not terrible. I have been looking for a nice corruptor. Sure, let's go with that one. Oh, and then the lucky's there to be able to try and convince me otherwise. Go on, let's have a look. It's stigmatized, okay. Nah, I still think the corruptor's better. I'll keep that one. I haven't got my chair yet, no, I've not gone into it anymore. I've been too busy trying to sort out builds, to be completely honest with you. So it's my own fault, really. I tell you what, I can even show you. Right, I've got done. I've got the bug here, which this won't unlock, which is fine, because I'll raise a ticket, I'll make sure that gets sorted and all that kind of thing. And I just cannot be bothered to bring myself to do Trickster. And I know as soon as I get these challenges done, like, just using the skills, that's all I need to do. I just need to use skills. And as soon as I've done that, I can then get the chair. But I just can't bring myself to do Trickster. I just can't do it. Like, it was bad enough doing Pyro. I got to the bit where I was supposed to do Eruption. Eruption and Volcanic Rounds, if I remember right. And I'm just doing that, what's the level where you cross the bridge, I think, if it was, or something like that. And I just got to that, and I'm just farming it over and over again. And I just go... But I can't do that for Trickster. I can't do it. Because I need to be able to block bullets, and they won't block bullets because they don't shoot any. So I just need to find a little bit of time. But with how long it took me to do Pyro, it took me a fair few hours. Like, I was expecting like maybe a couple hours or something like that, and I think it took me like about 4 or 5 over 2 days or something like that just to finish off Pyro. And the fact that I've got way more to do with Trickster just means that I've got to go no. In case any of you are new to me, I really can't be bothered with Trickster. Like, I know it's a good class, I know it's a fun class, and it's got a lot of fun skills and all that. I just cannot be bothered with Trickster. I can't bring myself to do it. I much prefer Devastator. Even as a firepower variant, I much prefer Devastator. Yeah, but Pyro looks fun. Like everything to do with Pyro, like fire, casting fire, setting things on fire, all that kind of thing. It's fun. It's enjoyable and it's pleasing to the eye to be able to do it. But The only thing that's fun and enjoyable for Trickster, for me anyway, is the temporal slice, I think it is, which is the one that then turns them into skeletons and then detonates them. Like, I think that skill is absolutely amazing. I genuinely would love to do that one. But everything else after that just feels like a chore. But like I said, that's just me. I just can't. Wow. Well. Just getting slapped around. I will sort it. I will get the chair. At some point. Because it doesn't make sense for me to have this many hours in Outriders and not have the chair. Armor pierce. Demo protection. God's sake. With Mage's Rage, but doesn't come with any good other effects. Armor pierce, but with Legendary Minefield. Not really in the market to be making a close range rifle build. Last couple. Cool. So it's lobby. Chat with squad. So yeah. So in time, I will get it, but for now, for now indeed. But yeah, I'm gonna have to touch Trickster at some point. You know, I've got to try and make a. Well, potentially, I'm gonna need to make a temporal slice kind of build. I genuinely want to. I want to mess about with that a lot more. But more importantly, I want to be able to get a set of Shield Beast for an idea that I've got, and I want to see how it stacks up. I want to see if it's any good or not. But it's for another class, and but that means I need to be able to get a nice set of Shield Beast with some nice stats and a nice Apocalypse mod to then transfer across to be able to maximize the use. So I'm not, you know, it's not a case that I've got one mod that I can use. I have two mods still, even with a dead mod from the Trickster class. So we'll see. What the hell? So in time, you will get something from me. So, a question for the chat. If you could buff a single mod in this game right now, one single mod, which mod would it be? And pop. There we go. Mage's Rage. Not the one I was expecting, to be honest with you. Yeah, boost it back to 117% or whatever it was. No, jeez. Those were the days. Back when one-shots were actually possible, due to the fact that Mage's Rage was just insanely busted. What we got on there? Yeah, well, that's a no-brainer. That was the last attempt, so off we go. It did make for so many options, but then it kind of took away from... Mage's Rage was the one thing that screwed over Firepower. Like, you had the changes to the the status multipliers, like Euthanizer and Radical Therapy. You had those get cut in half, basically. Well, it didn't quite work out like that, but you had those cut. You know, you got crit stat nerfed. You got it's not Sharpo. What's the other one? The other one, Bloodlust. You got that cut. You had everything get slashed. You had Borealis slashed as well. You know, you had just all that kind of crazy stuff get hit. And yet it wasn't enough to really put off Firepower builds. But then you gave us Mage's Rage. And Mage's Rage was so good that it just went, oh, why would I ever want to run a Firepower build ever again? And you wouldn't. You'd be daft to run a Firepower build with when Mage's Rage was giving you 117% anomaly power. So... Ooh, that's nice. That I can get some use out of. Might grab that. And I might sell some drop pods, some titanium to get some drop pods. See if we can get a god rolled item. Let's get a god rolled item. Yeah, not a problem at all, 4Z. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for taking part and everything, and I hope you had a great time. And hopefully we'll see you again on the next stream when we do. It probably will be Monday, but oh, Winter's Blast. That's nice. It's quite a nice roll. So yeah, so hopefully we'll see you for that as well. Yeah, it's all crap. Go on then, Jess, what do you want to do? Do you want to do Expos or do you want to go do another Trials? I am easygoing, I do not mind. I am happy either way. We'll get rid of Corruptor. We'll keep that one with Damage Link. Because I might try out a different kind of trigger twitch with a revolver just to see. Yeah, Trials, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, let's go. Not a problem at all. Yeah, I mean, Mage's Rage did make hybrids possible. I mean, we had the Burrowing Charge build to stupid heights at that point. You had triple turrets with Blighted Rounds instead of Cold Snap, which were really nice as well. The only Firepower build that I saw that got like a crazy buff from it all was that one sniper build that went round on Reddit, because it was able to 4-shot Ocreal and skip all the podiums. And I got to be honest, I've got to tip my hat to that person that made that. It was genuinely amazing to be able to see. Like, I'd been going on about like snipers being sucky, and you know, even though the mods were nice, it wasn't enough to be able to like to make snipers relevant or anything like that in the current endgame. And I was happy to be proven wrong when it came to that. go. There you go. There he is. Oh, that jumped in. Okay. Such a good animation. I will get onto the comments very shortly. Let me just get out of this manacles. There we go. Right, so weakness trap or locust, they maybe need a buff, or the gear mod that gives a anomaly boost to you and your friends. Oh, the Aura Force. Is it that one? I think they're never really going to... As much as I want them to touch on the tier 2 mods again, I don't think they're ever going to, because they were very happy with the state that they kind of like dropped in. Like they... How was it? Like in the beta, when we had the separate chat for speaking with like the devs and passing on feedback and all that kind of thing, it was abundantly clear to us that they really weren't too happy with like how high the multipliers were, which is why, you know, they got slashed, because it just purely became a case of how many multipliers can I fit onto a build to be able to do the maximum amount of damage. And I can definitely see that being the case, especially when, you know, you've got a tier 2 mod like Radical Therapy giving a 15% damage boost. You know, there wasn't really anything else in the tier 2 mods that was coming close to doing that apart from the cycle. So, you know, it is one of those, I suppose. I kind of understand the design philosophy in a way. I don't necessarily agree with it, but you know, it is what it is now, and everyone's adapted, everyone's made builds around it, so it's not really a sore point anymore for us. But there was something magical about seeing that. What was it, like 7-second kill on Arbiter? Literally from the start. So like there wasn't really much needed in terms of setup or anything like that. It was just a case of, there you go, that's 6 mil. Ooh. It was just a case of chuck out your turrets, fire your gun as quickly as possible into the head to be able to stack up Mage's Rage and Fortress and all that kind of stuff. And there you go, you're good to go. And it was he just, as soon as he came out on the screen, he was gone. So I get it from that design perspective. You've gone through all that work to be able to make a really interesting boss, just to have someone take it down in like 6 seconds. It's just stupid, it really was. So yeah, no game developer's ever going to be happy with that, are they? Unless there's cheese involved, but it wasn't cheese, it was just genuinely how strong the builds were with the PAX points and all that. Honestly, some of the shenanigans that happened in the beta was just hilarious. Like the we had a patch that gave us negative weapon damage as a Devastator, which was hilarious. So you know the So you got the popular mods like Despair back before he got nerfed and all that kind of thing. We had the one that does the weapon damage. It gives you like 25% weapon damage, I think it is now. Well, on the beta, one of the last patches we got changed that to, accidentally granted, but they changed it to a minus 90% weapon damage to enemies inflicted, and you were like, oh no, it's fine. It's just a text thing. It's not actually working. And then you tested it out, and it genuinely had reduced your damage by 90%. And we just ended up. It just became like a running joke in terms of like how Endless Mass already was the best way to be able to meme Technomancers, and how now it's even better because they've took away 90% of the damage. Despair did something like I think it halved the damage instead of doubling, which was quite funny. Basically, if you really wanted to upset people, you just Endless Mass. I think what's more funny about it is the fact that we also had the Bleed Devastator. The most overpowered build in the whole game was Bleed Devastator. Forgot about that one. Which was just basically Devastator, Seismic Devastator. But for one of the nodes had bugged out, and it meant that the Bleed worked to, what was it? I think it like boosted like the damage of Bleed by like 300% by accident, and you were just bleeding everything out within like one or two ticks of Bleed, which was brilliant. So funny to be able to witness. But what made it like stupidly overpowered was the fact that Earth and Shell worked off that. So you would just literally have a whole group of enemies in front of you inflicted with Bleed, giving you health regen, and then giving you Earth and Shell, so giving you shield on top of it. You would just like, Devastators are unkillable now, but you were so much more unkillable then. It was just so funny. I missed the beta. The beta was hilarious. Hey Bowie, thanks so much. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully your day at work goes well. But oh no, he's froze. That's fine. He's gone to obliteration. We're good. There we go. Just get a reload in. Euthanizer is a great helm to be able to get though, Bowie. Like, the more damage multipliers you can get, the more damage your bullets will be doing, the more damage your trigger twitch set bonus will be doing as well. So if you are getting Euthanizer, by all means keep hold of that. I can't even remember what I've got on. What have I got on mine? Dead Clock. Oh, I mean, it's so much better than Dead Clock. I'm actually a little bit jealous you've got that. Oh, apparently I don't have. Oh, I do. How about you just No, we haven't skipped a phase. I find Ocarina so weird to be able to try and skip some phases sometimes. It's just not consistent. Nope. So we're coming as well. Get out of that. Okay. Make sure I don't die. That's the most important thing. Never die. I made one with that shattered tainted blood, and I have a 0 with omen. Ooh, I mean, the more damage multipliers you can get on there, the better. I mean, I kind of wish my gun didn't come with Dark Sacrifice now, because I feel like I would get a little bit more out of the set bonus if I didn't, and I had like an ultimate, like, you know, something like Ultimate Bleed or Ultimate Freeze or Ultimate Toxic or something like that. Oh god, it's coming through walls. So yeah, so if you are trying to maximise the massive damage that you get for the end of the Trigger Twitch set, then yeah, you're better off trying to get some kind of like damage multiplier in there. Just so you know, I have already tested things like Brawl. I have, and the one that increases like melee damage by 100%, and it does not work, unfortunately. So, which is a real shame. I feel like that would have been like an instant lock if it did. Bang. 86 mil. So yeah, so if you are going for that kind of build and you think you might be able to get away with something like, you might thinking you're getting a bit cheeky or something like, yeah, it does not work, unfortunately. So so I have tested that one out. Sorry. You know what, I think I might just do that. I already do crit damage. Let's get some more in there. I don't do anomaly damage. I just, yeah, there's no point me having that. What else we got? Understand why builds kill bosses in a few seconds. Really expensive to hire a quality testing team or test the build. To make sure the game works. Yeah, no, I get it. Like, there's always going to be something you can't predict that's going to affect the game. Sometimes in a negative way, sometimes in a positive way. You know, there's always going to be a meta that's there's going to be builds that are, some are better at killing bosses compared to what they were happy with was having builds that were good at taking down bosses. They were happy with builds that were good at taking down mobs, which is why the Burrowing Charge hasn't really been touched, because while it is a great build at mobbing, it's not the best way to be able to take down like trials like in Arbiter or something like that, because while it can do it, it will take such a longer time to be able to get it done, because it relies on freeze, and if the Arbiter shrugs off the freeze, then that's quite a big portion of your damage just gone right there. So, you know, it's one of those. They're happy with a build being good at one, but if a build is like insane at both, then they're not necessarily happy with that one. So that's why you know, Firepower Technomancer got hit quite hard because it was pretty good at both due to like Icicle Storm and all that. So rather than hitting Icicle Storm, they took away the single point damage kind of thing. Pistols are the bane of my grind, but finally got Symbiote Anomaly Enhancement 3rd slot for Fortress of Dark Sacrifice. 1 mil 5 power. Oh, okay, that's pretty tasty. Yeah, I'm kind of upset that we've got targeted farming in a way for quite a few of the rooms that are in this, but we don't have anything for weapons. You know, we don't have. You know, it's all about armor pieces, which, you know, I get that, but if I want to farm like a specific weapon, like if it were, even if it was just primaries and you know, it just gave me a chance of being able to farm primaries or pistols or something like that, I'll be happy with that. You know, give me a way to be able to. You've given me a legendary set that's all about pistols, but you've not given me a way to be able to try and make that pistol farm easier. So what am I supposed to do? Yeah, the targeted farming definitely needs a little bit of work, to be fair. But it's not like to the point of like god awful or anything like that. It's you know, it could do with some work, sure, but it's not like, you know, people still use the troves for boots and all that kind of thing. So, you know, it's still useful in that sense. But considering we've never had anything like that in Outriders, you know, it's welcome. Ah, he's over the other side. Heck, I would even be happy if they took the same kind of approach to expeditions. Like each one, like Boomtown is your pistol farm. Eye of the Storm is your high quality loot farm. Your yeah, you could probably leave like the New Horizon ones and all that kind of thing. You know, because you're paying for those ones. But any of like the older ones, like the ones where you don't have to pay, like you don't have to pay or anything like that, maybe you could turn those into some kind of like targeted farming in a way. So, you know, you do your chem plant. Your chem plant is your chest armor. You know, do something along those lines. You know, I feel like that would be a welcome change. Barry, there is a reason why I don't auto loot, and that's the like I don't want to miss something, and my stash is already fairly full. Because I know full well, like with how full my inventory is, anything that I don't pick up will go straight to the stash. But if my stash gets full because it's already on something like 97, 98 out of 100 or something like that, anything that gets picked up then is automatically lost, and I can't do that. I'm so OCD about it. I want to make sure that the stuff I'm picking up is stuff that I want. I would be absolutely gutted to find out that I've lost something that, you know, that I've all because I just couldn't be bothered to. I know it's one of those. It's Oh god, I needed that to kill. I am in trouble. That should do. Cool. What we got here? Bunch of crap is what we got here. Bunch of crap. But yeah. So that is the only reason why I do not use the auto loot, just because I fear one day I will lose something that I want. So. To be fair, I'm the same when it comes to Borderlands as well. You've one-tapped Ocreal 3 times now. Ooh. Wait, no setup or anything like that? You've just one-tapped? Oh, okay. And that's with the pyro, you say? Oh, with the shotty build. Oh, yeah. No, that's yeah, don't let that get around too much. Even though I've made a video, I've been warned not to let that go around too much. Oh, Devastator as well. Oh. It's just stupid. I'll be honest with you. I am working on something very similar for Techno right now, because there is a set that's barely used right now in the community, and I wanna give it a go. I wanna give it a shot. I wanna make a use for it, and I think Techno could potentially be the way to be able to go forward for it. But I've got to test it out first. There's no point in me putting a video out just say, oh look, what potentially could happen, unless I've tested it. So yeah, Bowie, I'm definitely up for that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm more than happy to be able to sort that. As long as I've got time, and as long as you're free and all that kind of thing, yeah, I'm sure we can sort something. Matthias, I wonder if we will get any form of DLC. We'll soon have the builds we want and done everything and so on. Then what? It's just a case of, unfortunately, this game is always going to have a shelf life. Such is the life of games that aren't live service. People will eventually move on to other things, which is absolutely fine. And I don't think anyone really, I don't think anyone at PTF has any bad feelings about potentially people just moving on or anything like that. It's just 197 mil. Oh god, that's a lot of explosions. Oh god, that's there we go. That should do it. Yeah, there we go. 3 hours from now will be 2 o'clock my time, so that's that might be a bit of a struggle for me. I mean, it's something. Oh, there we go. If anyone ever tells you that we're getting poor drops, that right there has made it worth it. So I'm going to take this Molten Eidolite now. I'm happy with that drop. That's a keeper. I lost track of where I was now. I mean, get rid of you. Do I have a... Don't have a concussioners. Okay, we'll keep that one then. But yeah, normally I am a little bit more free on the weekends. So this weekend is my content creating weekend. So so I kind of have like alternating weekends when it comes to creating content. Just because of how the shift pattern works with the partner and all that kind of thing. So she's going to be working this weekend. So I will be more readily available and more readily free when it comes to this weekend and making content. So yeah, I mean, if I'm up, if you're around, if you're free, have we already got you over in the Discord? I can't remember. But you know, I'm gonna start working on community side of things from now on, because for some of you that aren't currently aware, I'm trying to get into a community side. Trying to work a little bit more in the community management side of things to be able to, you know, because we don't have too much of a presence in that side of things. But I also want to learn a little bit more about that kind of skill set. So I want to, you know, speak to the community more. I want to be like more readily available. I want to be, you know, I want to pass on some knowledge, all that kind of good stuff. So, you know, it's going to be there. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be a little bit more free when it comes to that side of things. Max is planning to make a grenadier build. It's my facepalm build. I still stand by the God Killer, the carpet bomber that we did. Unfortunately, it's gone through a little bit of a change, and it will get affected by the status power as you go up in levels, which is a bit unfortunate. But it's still strong enough, and it's still more than capable to be able to go through trials. It just takes a little bit longer than 6 shrapnel grenades to be able to kill. Unfortunately. Oh, okay. Turns out I need to reload, even though it's interesting. Ow. There we go. 170 mil. That's the one we need. Oh no. Oh no. Which one do we choose? Oh no, that's that could potentially make all bad. Like, I want to try that with my trigger twitch. I want to see how that gets on, but I'd choose non-auto force. But that's going to be so much better for anomaly power builds. I've got to take that, haven't I? That's a generic anomaly power build gun right there, isn't it? Let's be honest. Choose non-auto force. The first thing you come in and share with us, Play-Doh. It's not a terrible shout on Bannerlord, I suppose. Don't know if it's better than that though, but we'll see. How's things going, Play-Doh? Thank you so much for stopping by. What's new? What's cracking? I'm sure all the viewers that are currently watching have heard of you, but if you haven't, Play-Doh is definitely another amazing ambassador, content creator, and I highly recommend that you go check out his channel. He also does builds. Does mostly stuff at 80/40 nowadays. It's he's also starting to do his he's a bit more into his speed running now as well. So if you want to see stupidly fast runs, definitely going to be the best place to be able to go over to for the right now. Working, fair enough. Well, I appreciate you having my sultry tones in the background while you work. Well, he's speeding without, as long as he remembers not to delete his runs. With that boomtown earlier. Yeah, we all saw. We all saw. Hey Pips, this is actually going to be the last run, because I normally clock off around about 11 and we're already 8 minutes past that, so yeah, this is literally going to be the last bit, and then we are done for the evening. But hopefully we'll catch you around on the next one now. We'll just go. Okay. Nope. There we go. What else we got here? Ooh. They're not as good, unfortunately, on this one. See, I would have been happy if we had this one before we got the Captain Hunter mod, but no, that's definitely not the play. Well, what's up for the leg armor? I can't remember what I've got. What level my current ones are. We'll settle for that. What are those ones? Oh yeah, it's got virulent. Yeah, we'll keep that one then. Nope. 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 There we go. We're all sorted. I think that was last attempt. Yeah, it was. Right. And we'll head back. And we'll wrap up the stream. Yeah, not a problem at all, Jez. Thank you so much for taking part and popping in. Yeah, definitely plenty of titanium. Damaged out. Yeah, still nice chunky damage. Cool. Right, yeah, let's call it there. So, thank you all so much for stopping by. Thank you all so much for everyone that's taken part as well. Thank you all for taking part in the chat as well. And, you know, I really appreciate it. You definitely make it a very enjoyable time for myself. But I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, make sure you have dropped a like and a subscribe. And that just needs to say, keep yourself safe, keep yourselves well, and I'll see you all on the next video. Have a nice weekend if I don't catch you before. See ya.